Hello and welcome to Crizzy Books. I'm Crizzy, or Criz, but only my homeboys call me Criz. And today I want to talk about Cujo by Stephen King. Cujo is one of the earlier works from Stephen King. This is a horror novel that tells the story of a very large, very good Saint Bernard who ends up contracting rabies and goes on a murderous rampage. But the book is about much more than that. It also centers around a family, well, really kind of two families. One, we have the Trenton family, which is made up of mom and dad, Vic and Donna, and their young son, Tad. Vic and Donna are both struggling with these kind of inner problems, these outside factors, outside forces that are causing them a lot of stress. Vic has a lot of problems with his work, big fires that he's trying to put out, and financial stresses that come with that. Donna is struggling with more personal things, marital problems, issues that she's going through. The other family that we get more insight into, the Cambers, they are the owners of Cujo, and they live on a farm. There's a lot of marital issues between the husband and wife there, and with their son, they're all kind of going through similar but different issues, like the Trentons. And through all of these characters' decisions and situations and actions, this all leads to Donna and Tad getting trapped in a car outside the Cambers' house, where Cujo waits for them to die or maybe get out and try to save themselves so he can maul them to death. The book has to do with fear, but not so much fear of a blood-covered Saint Bernard. It's also the fear of relationships. I thought that this was a really solid entry from Stephen King. I really enjoyed it. As always, really good characterization. It's got a lot of depth, especially with our main characters and even a few side characters. We get to know everybody here pretty intimately. And like I mentioned, this isn't just about a woman and her son trapped in a car because of a dog. It's about husbands and wives and their children and their personal stresses and secrets and how they feel and how all of their decisions, they weave this story together into the main horrible situation that the book is actually about. It's written really well. It's paced really well. Although I did feel like there were certain times where the characterization bits were maybe a little too bloated. I feel like he could have cut some of the stuff out. But it is bloody, it is brutal, and it is actually a bit surprising at times. It strays away from cliches, especially when you think that maybe it won't. The horror here is really grounded. It's very real. It's not supernatural like what you see from Stephen King a lot of the time. And I like that. It's a bit of a deviation from what I'm used to with him. And the titular Cujo, he is not just this evil, vicious dog. He is just an unfortunate victim of a disease. You feel bad for him. It's very tragic what happens to him as well. Honestly, I found myself feeling worse for the dog than any of the human characters, even though he's the one who's murdering people around him. But he doesn't know that. He's got rabies. But yeah, I enjoyed this book quite a bit. If you want to see my final ranking, you can skip ahead. I'm about to get into more spoiler territory, so if you don't want to be spoiled, go away. So one of the scariest parts of the story for me was at the very beginning. There's a closet in Tad's room, and it contains some kind of supernatural monster. I know I said that this is a very grounded story, and it is, but these little bits of kind of supernatural, demonic, I don't really know what's going on here, but it's implied that whatever this monster in Tad's closet is some kind of maybe the spirit of a former cop serial killer in this town where they live. This spirit comes back throughout the story, where it's kind of implied that maybe this demonic evil is inside of Cujo, maybe. I don't know. It wasn't super clear, which was a little annoying and a little frustrating, but I felt like starting the story with this, it was actually pretty good. A very good, scary opening to this. I said before as well how this book is not just about a rabid dog, but it's much, much more about marriages and people and the lies that they tell themselves and they tell each other and all the secrets that they keep. We find out that Donna has been cheating on Vic and her reasoning is because she is feeling old. She's getting older and she's afraid of what she's becoming. She's becoming like the stay-at-home mom, and that's not what she wants to be yet. It's a midlife crisis, essentially. And it's such a shit reason to do something like that, but it also feels very real. On the flip side of that, Charity Camber, she's the mom of the Camber family. She's married to Joe, who is a complete asshole. He's super controlling. He has her and their son under his thumb. Very abusive. She leaves to go visit her sister and takes their son with her. And the whole time we're getting this vibe, just like, I don't like this guy. I want to be away from him. I hate him. And eventually Cujo kills him. And when she finds that out, she's kind of relieved. But never will say any of these things out loud to either her husband or her son, or really anybody. It's just this inner thing of like, I want to leave so bad, but I'm not going to, because maybe I'm scared or whatever. I thought that all the things with all these characters was really good and really well done. You get, in typical King fashion, you learn and understand every character very thoroughly. In this book's case, though, I think maybe a little too thoroughly. I think that he explored some things too much, especially when it came to Vic. Vic is like this advertising guy. He owns an advertising firm with a friend, and they go to deal with some kind of PR nightmare that's happening with one of their bigger brands that is like, they make like cereal, which is one of the reasons why Vic is not around and Donna and Tad get stuck in the car. He's off dealing with this. I think that Stephen King maybe got a little too deep in those areas of this like PR thing that they're dealing with. A lot of it just felt like irrelevant information that I just didn't really need to know. It doesn't add to the story at all. Did I really care about this cookie company and its problem? No, I did not. Steve Kemp, vile piece of shit character. This is a guy that Donna is cheating on Vic with. She tells him off very early in the story, and he is just incredibly vindictive. He's just a bad guy, which makes him a good character. He's a standout because of just how crappy he is. All the human characters done really well, but Cujo's a star here, and I loved every time that he was in the book. Anything that's happening with Cujo, they are the best parts, always. His name's on the cover. Like, he matters the most, and we get him. When we get him, we get him. It's super sad. He gets bit on the nose by a rabid bat, and then he starts to get sick, and we're going through that change with him as he's slowly starting to kind of lose his mind, and we're feeling what he feels. It's very sad, because he is a good dog. He starts out as a good dog, and then he turns into this vicious killing machine and doesn't really understand why. And really, him trapping them in the car is more of this siege than anything else. He's kind of just waiting them out, and they're slowly dying of dehydration and starvation in the car, waiting, hoping that somebody will show up. It gets really like super claustrophobic, and you're really feeling all of this fear and pain that they're going through, and as well as him. It's really well done. I really liked everything that Cujo was a part of. And ultimately, he just gets beat to death with a baseball bat and stabbed through the eye. He was easily the most innocent character in this story, and he gets it the worst. Tad dying at the end. Can't say that I expected that. I expected one of these main characters to die, but the kid, he got it. He got. And I thought that was pretty shocking, because it would have been very predictable for everybody to survive this, or for maybe, Donna to die, or Vic or something like that. But no, the kid dies, and it's not even because of the dog. He just dies from just exposure and being stuck in that car for such a long time. I talked earlier about kind of how all of the decisions and things and actions of every character is what leads to Donna and Tad being stuck in the car with Cujo outside, and I think it's all done really, really well. We start with the bat in a cave, then Joe and his buddy die in the trailer, so nobody finds them, and Charity goes on this trip, so she's not home. And then Vic leaves to deal with the ad problem, and Steve, after he's been scorned, shows up at Vic and Donna's house and trashes the place and erases the message that says that her and Tad are going out to the Cambers. And Joe even freezes the mail so the mailman doesn't even show up while they're stuck there. And then their neighbor, Alva, Charity calls him and is like, hey, could you go check? But he has something wrong with his chicken coop, so he takes his time. It takes too long for him to get over there. All of these things, every single thing and decision that the characters make have an effect on every single thing that leads to this like horrific event that the story centers around. And I think that it all was done really, really well, even though most of these decisions feel incredibly mundane. Overall, I gave Cujo a 4 out of 5. Incredibly solid horror story about a dog who is killing people. Again, I thought the characters were really good. I thought the plot was good. Really good, bloody, gory horror at times, but occasionally bogged down by side plots and details that I don't think really were super relevant to the overall story. But what do you think? Have you read Cujo? Let me know what your thoughts are on it down below. If you are on Goodreads or Fable, I am on both, so you can follow me there to see what I'm reading now, what I'm going to read, all of that good stuff. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye.